Do you know there's a drone delivery service called Prime Air launched by Amazon in 2022? Though this service has not been started in India yet, but think about it. Can you imagine your toothbrush as getting delivered by a drone? It's insane, right? He never stops amazing us with his interesting ways to add values to our life. And if you don't know who am I talking about, it's the founder of Amazon, Jeff Bezos. And in today's video, we are going to talk about him, the values and the principle with which he has created Amazon, world's biggest e-commerce platform with a market value of more than $867 billion. So I was talking about Jeff Bezos. He's one of my idols and I have learned a lot from him. Though he does not know about it, but that's okay. He's an inspiration to me and millions of others who seek growth and greatness in their life. So without wasting any time further, let's talk about the 6 things that I have learned from him and want you to consider them too. Number 1 is to be stubborn at your vision, but be flexible at the details. He says that to be successful in life, you must be stubborn at your idea, the vision that you hold for yourself and the people you want to serve. Because it's the base, it's the foundation, it must be solid. But how to turn that idea into reality? Be flexible and adaptive at it. Because things will not be always in your control. I mean, when you get an idea and you truly want it to become something one day, you sort of start to build castles in your own thoughts. But when you sit and actually start to work upon those things, then you realize that it's not always how you imagined it. There are so many tweaks and turns that you would need to make in your journey. If something is not working for you, then you need to change the strategies, the ways, and so many other things. And at that point of time, you need to be flexible. You need to be adaptive. You need to have that mindset of trying different things, trying different solutions, and not be fixated on one thing. And that is why it's very important to be flexible, be resilient. So be stubborn at your vision, but be flexible how you get there. Number 2, be proud, but not for your gifts, but the hard works and the hard choices that you make in life. I know how it feels when someone compliments you for anything, but do you know what this man says? That you should be proud, but not for your gifts. Not for the things that's given to you, but for the hard work and the hard choices that you make. Meaning, it's good if you're born with a melodious voice, let's say. But there's nothing to be proud about it. It's given to you, it's God gift. But it will give you so much respect, dignity, and joy. If you put efforts and work hard and maybe try to learn some instrument and maybe wrap them all into meaningful lyrics and create a masterpiece, then it becomes something wonderful and something that you should be proud about. Because you have chosen to put efforts and work hard for it. You can be grateful for your gifts. You can't take pride for them, but take pride for the hard works and the choices that you made. Number 3 is to hire an owner and not an employee. This is one of his business management lessons that I have learned. He says that if you want to build a company that can do without you, then you must hire an owner and not an employee. Meaning, you should hire such a person who can take some of the responsibilities off your shoulder and deal with the problem as an owner. It's basically about delegating your jobs to others so that you can relax a bit. You have to give them the authorities and the responsibilities to make small decisions so that you can live in peace. Also, when you assign someone a task and give them the authority, they feel more responsible to make it work and do it with all their heart. And it's not only applicable in business or in work, but in your personal life too. Sometimes you get so driven by being a boss and you're trying to do everything on your own and you don't want to give it away, even if it's causing you stress, anxiety, and you feel burnt out. So in situations like this, it becomes very, very important to have a space in between to breathe because you'll die if you won't. Number 4, step by step ferociously. You know, Jeff Bezos also owns an aerospace company called Blue Origin, and the motto of this company says, Gradatim Ferociter. It's a Latin phrase meaning step by step ferociously. And he explains it like this, that you should keep walking, even if you take small steps, because things takes time and there are no shortcuts to growth. You have to put efforts, you have to put in work. But along with this, you have to take all those steps with ferocity and passion. You can't be pissed off by the hard work that you have to put in. I know it can be frustrating sometimes when things don't work out and you're trying and trying and trying, but you can't be exhausted by it. And this is where flexibility becomes very, very important, because you would fail. You would be making multiple efforts to make something work. And it's normal to feel like giving up in such a situation. But that's not how you become successful at something, be it baking a cake or building a company, right? So just know it. Keep going with passion. Next, live your life with minimal regret. It's a life lesson that I have learned from him, that you should live your life with minimal regrets. This is the practice that he himself does. He explains it like this, that you should project yourself to your 80s and then think about the kind of life that you would want for you to have lived. If you are someone who would want to have lived a life of a dancer, then it's the time. You must do it now, or at least plan for it. Otherwise, you'll regret it when you will be 80. Because it's the holy truth. We all get only one life to live, and that's it. No one knows where you're gonna be once you're gone from this planet. And on this note, I remember Mel Robbins talking about it in one of her interviews, that your dreams and your passions, they never leave you. They chase you until your last breath. If you follow them, then it's great. And if you don't, they'll haunt you till you die. So it's better to do it now, or you'll regret it when you'll be 80, which is not nice. And the next lesson is on a similar basis. Do what you feel passionate about and not fall into the hot trends. He says that you should do what you love and feel passionate about and not chase what's trendy. You should have something that makes you feel alive and give you a reason to wake up in the morning. Because if you don't do it and do what everyone else is doing and what's trendy in the real time, there is a huge possibility that you won't be able to survive when things will go tough, which eventually will gonna be. This happens with most of the people in our society, where kids are forced to become doctors and engineers and get the higher education, higher degrees, and instead of giving them permission to follow their heart. And if you are one of those victims, then it's your responsibility now to follow what your heart craves. See, that is why I really admire him, because he not only speaks about business and work, but living your life as a whole. So I hope that you've enjoyed talking about him today. And if you really did, then like it and share it. And if you have something that you would like to share about Jeff Bezos or anything else, then you can put it in the comments below. So that's it for this video, and I will gonna see you in the next one. Till then, take a very good care of yourself and never forget that you own yourself.